way they can come back from this one, too. And there's the 0. That is GG. I actually managed to pan my map around, and nice. I broke the camera panning by panning the map. That was good. But the next has blown up. Blue team 5-0 on the day. Nice job by these guys. And good job.
Indeed, a very good game overall. Yeah, blue team taking that one again. They were able to come back from a very big lead on that, or a very big deficit, I should say, 146 behind, and they're able to come back very big. Let's see if we get a lot of the new items. I don't see the Priscilla's Blessing anywhere. So, yes, there's a few of them, actually. Mundo had one, being able to stay alive. That's really great for a Mundo item, too, because he can just use his ulti, regen, and capture faster at the point when he takes out somebody. A lot of Prospector rings going around. As we said, those are like the double Doran's item. There's also the Prospector Blade, 20 damage, 5% health steal. The Prospector's Ring, 30 ability power, 7 mana regen. So a little buff everywhere around there. And then some more items, as you said, the Sanguine Blade, kind of like the Ginsu's and a Bloodthirster, I would say, put together.
Yeah, indeed. So looking at the Ionic Spark, another one of the new items. Did you name that one?
I did not.
Okay, good. So I was making sure. Ionic Spark, attack speed, basically recurve Vopo's Ruby Crystal. Every 4th attack unleashes a Chain Lightning, dealing 4 targets 100 magic damage. So it's kind of an AoE push or a big team fight item. Kind of, it's an amp sort of the Divine without the whole anti-dodge part of it. But what we are going to do is send it over to Tammet, who has an interview with Mark, who was playing earlier, producer on the Dominion team. So let's get it to him.
Hey everybody, it's Andrew Beagle. Tammet here one last time in Earth Memorial Lounge here in Los Angeles. We're going to do one quick last interview before we hop into the last game. And I'm actually here with Mark Norris, a senior producer, a producer on Dominion. Bit about some of the stuff that's going on next week at PAX. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us. The forums actually wanted to know if you were the same Mark Norris that had a father named Chuck.
Yeah, that's actually the same exact guy. Me and Chuck go a long way back. He does a rap battle against Abe Lincoln. It's pretty epic.
Yeah, a great roundhouse kick, as I'm told.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, we're going to be in PAX next week in Seattle, Washington. We're going to have Dominion on the show floor. Over 20 machines. People are going to be able to come play it. What kind of things are they going to be able to expect?
Well, I think some of the big things that they're going to be able to see, obviously, we are holding nothing back. You're going to be able to play Dominion, and you're going to be able to play every champion on the map. So Dominion, in its entirety, you'll be able to play. A couple of the other big things the community is sort of doing, we've got the Spin to Wheel, which is back from the many of the other events that we've been doing. We have stations setting up, so if you guys want to LARP, and we love some of the cosplay that we see, absolutely, you're going to have different towers to go to, and you're actually going to win a prize if you can find all 3 towers and do some LARPing at each one. So we're really looking forward to it.
It's going to be pretty exciting. And, you know, a lot of the players right now are saying, this game is done. You know, bring it out to us right now. It's ready to go. We want to play it right now. But there are a couple things we need to work on, which we kind of talked about yesterday. But then even past that, when we are ready, you know, it's a complicated process to get this out on live servers. Maybe you can, you know, kind of give us a peek of some of the things and the challenges that you have to go through to get that ready.
Absolutely. One of the big things is League of Legends has grown by leaps and bounds. And as we push into many parts of the international community, we have to get together with our partners in order to make sure that the game comes out and it's set up to come out, because technology is different everywhere. So one of the major things that we have to do is we have to make sure that our partners like Tencent have all the things that they need in order to launch Dominion as well. So now that we're setting up a lot of these different environments in different parts of the world, we need to make sure that when Dominion is ready, it's not just ready for North America, it's not just ready for Europe, but it is ready for the world. And that's one thing that we're working on very heavily right now.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. We're going to kick it back over to Freak and Rivington to do one final game. Please tune in. It's going to be an exciting game like all the rest. Freak Rivington, take it back.
Hey everybody, we're back at the commentator station. I'm Freak, as always. We are here with Rivington, and we're going to do a little bit of Ask the Caster stuff, answer some of you guys' questions as this goes on. So, Riv, do you have any exciting questions for us?
People are a lot of things like, did you think this is going to take over Summoner's Rift?
You know, this is a little bit similar to the esports question.
Right.
It's really up to you guys, right? It's like we want to make an awesome mode. We're not saying, we're not saying we specifically want to one-up or not one-up one of our other modes, classic League of Legends on Summoner's Rift and Twisted Treeline. but we want to bring you guys the best experience we can. Just in isolated chunks, whenever we release a big new feature, a new map, a new mode, things like that, we want to be, okay, let's make this the best we can. And if you guys decide that it's better than anything we've ever done, then you'll do that. If it's not, if Summoner's Rift is just the perfect experience for League of Legends, and Summoner's Rift becomes, and stays the big thing, it's really up to you guys. I think we've made a really phenomenal game here, and I think, honestly, I think they can both coexist because, the gameplay experience is actually very different. Dominion is much more tactical. It's minute-to-minute decisions. Summoner's Rift has, generally speaking, on an individual level, slower pace, like large scope thinking because, any turret you kill stays dead. Any amount of farm you get really stays with you because the ambient gold is lower. Whereas with Dominion, your grand strategy matters, of course. Your general gameplay matters. But because things keep changing back and forth, you're going to be back in those same smaller scale situations. And it's going to be sort of what mood you're in and what you're up to. You can sort of play Dominion really casually and actually do quite well and not have to think about last hitting constantly or exactly when is that gank happening because, not last hitting minions is pretty forgiving, dying is pretty forgiving, and, you don't really have permanent disadvantages in Dominion, so you can play it really casually, but also you have constant action and constant things going on, so it can make for a really great esport. It just kind of depends on what you guys want to do.
Yeah, really. And we've talked about some new items in the game, but there are people that want to know if items have been left in the game. Are we going to see snowball items on Dominion?
No, we actually have removed a few of the different items. So elixirs of agility, fortitude, and brilliance are gone. Because otherwise, really, all people do is just chain buy them because they're really gold efficient. And they're gold efficient like at a 4-to-1 rate. So basically, you just have them for half a Dominion, and you've equalized. Snowball items because of the number of kills, again, and not trying to have this like, oh, I took over the game because I'm dominant. Snowball items are gone. You can still still get ahead. You've seen some of those games from Sam specifically, or like that quadra kill mastery that happened twice. You can take over a game and carry, but you don't do it by just mathematically being so far ahead that you can't die. That doesn't happen. You can certainly get ahead in gold. You can get ahead in levels by winning in kills and things, but you don't, have this like checkmated my build's better than yours, game's done. People are within 10 to 15% gold from each other, so it's always going to be close. You can always have these battles count, and so it's your individual skill, not how the first 5 minutes went, that determines your emphasis.
Right on. I think if we have time for one more, definitely I can discuss this, because we're going to see it as 5 minutes hits in the game. People would like to explain a little bit more about the quest system and how that is an advantage to a team to grab.
Okay, so the quest system, the first one spawns at 5 minutes, and it basically, there's a logic system that tells you, there's a logic system for which points will be the quests, but one of your points will be a quest, and one of the enemy points will be a quest. Apparently, Remington is my enemy. Good to know. Yeah, grr. And it'll be, okay, well, my point is windmill, his point is my right, so it's going to be mirrored for you, is the refinery's up here. The other one, Drill, thank you. I knew it. So his drill, my windmill, and they're going to be the ones that are the quests. And if I can capture the drill before he captures the windmill, I win the quest, and the quest ends. You pass or fail. You don't like both win. It's pass or fail.
Right.
And it'll stay up until it ends. You don't like time out the quest. And now the capture, if I capture his point, not just nullify but fully capture, I deal 20 free damage to his nexus.
Hurts.
Painful. And everyone on my team gets a plus 10% damage buff for enough time to really sort of keep moving down the map.
Doesn't suck.
Doesn't suck. Yeah. And, of course, you control the capture point. Isn't that great? Awesome stuff.
Bam.
But speaking of community interaction with all your questions and whatnot, we did ask you guys that what we're doing is men versus women, guys versus girls, dudes versus chicks, whatever euphemism you want for people with a Y chromosome and people without. That's what we got going on. So we do have female riders versus male riders, female champions versus male champions. And, Blue's been up 5-0 on the day.
Yeah.
Blue's been up 5-0 on the day. So
and
you
a lot
guys...
of the team in this composition actually pretty much stayed. Like, they haven't changed the composition too much, so...
It's true. 3 of them kept seated, so...
We'll have,
pretty convenient.
This whole first 3 have stayed seated, and the 2 of the guys have moved over, so we'll have to see how some of the people that actually design the champions as well as try and play them will do against the ones that, support the game and the design of it.
Great. And so let's figure out if the players are ready, if we're going to do anything like that, or if we're going to introduce them all. Not sure what our plans are, but we're definitely about ready to go.
I do.
So, Riv, do you want to introduce all of our awesome players?
Let's do it. On the blue team for the ladies, we're going to start off with Jessica Nam. She is associate producer, assistant producer, associate.
Sure.
Okay, awesome. We're going to change your title every time, Jess. And she also worked on Dominion as well. Awesome producer, the AP. She also worked on Dominion as well, so big ups to her as well. As we move on, we have Leslie, a.k.a. O'Pellydinger. She likes to play Heimer, but we're going to see her as somebody else. Who are you playing this game? Aurelia. So we're going to have an Aurelia. That's her female champion on the player support team. As we move on for more player support, we have Holly Watson, usually the Amumu, but she's going to be throwing something different at us this time. Holly helping you fix your game problems and make sure you're in the game correctly all the time. Very nice job and helping out. And moving on, we have Faye Mata Adestrea. She is also in player support. And we are going to see her playing for the ladies team, hopefully.
Wait, really?
Right? Yes, she's on the ladies team, I believe. And also play, so as the player support line grows, we stop that chain and we go to Turin Davis. She is on the content release team, making sure everything was released in proper order at 110%. If it's not, make more threads about her. And as we move over to the gentleman's side, we are going to see Cake or Death. We have Colt Hallam. He is going to be the first one. Cake then. It is Cake. We have Cake for Colt, and he will be the starter, one of the starters of the 5 that we have for our men's team here, and he will be a champion designer as well. He created a lot of champions in the game. Shakes Sip Fist Vladimir. And
question: will he also be on the Men of Riot calendar?
Ooh, indeed, in K9 Nasus uniform. Moving on, we have Alan from IT. Alan helping us to set up this awesome setup we have here going for you, the Dominion stream and whatnot, keeping it running all day long and helping us with our computers as we click on funny links throughout the day. Moving on, we have Andrew from Game Design. Andrew making games as sweet as they can be with a little bit of help from the design. There's a lot of them here at Riot Games, and they all work together to bring you such things as Dominion. So huge ups to Andrew and big thanks to him. Moving on, we have Mark, a producer on Dominion. Him and his team working feverishly over these past few months to bring you a very polished and updated, absolutely free new update to play for League of Legends.
Awesome.
And it's going to be absolutely amazing. So huge ups to the Dominion team and big hand there. And to finalize it, we have a QA member, Clifton. He is going to be on the male team as well. If you haven't noticed, we have 5 males and 5 females. Clifton doing the champion QA, making sure they're not too overpowered when they come out or making them overpowered so he can play them in the first week and then troll the community. But we will see what these two have to bring it out as we have a battle of the sexes going on here. Ladies versus the men. Freak, it's going to be a fantastic game because they have to also use female champions to male champions.
Are we going to have to be biased about this, though? Because we don't have a male and female commentator.
No, we don't.
Should I just speak in a high-pitched voice? Because I'm on their side.
You're not already?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow. I'm getting trolled by Rivington. That's not fair. I'm upset now.
So we are back into the game. We believe Holly trolled everybody and hit the leave button. So we're going to tack a point on her for that one. And here we are to choose our champions. We will see them as they all lock in. And it's going to be a great matchup. Last game of Dominion as we are streaming it for you here.
Posing as Ezreal.
Do the dance. Do it.
Do it. Get on camera, do the dance. Come on. Get up there in the middle of the room and start dancing, Colt.
I don't know if you can dance.
You don't know the dance of your own champion that you made?
I knew that goes with
Adorable. Adorable.
Okay.
The screenshot will be on the forums. Don't worry.
Yes. Oh, good. That's one of my favorite things about commentating, by the way, is people take screenshots and make image macros out of them.
It's so weird.
There's a bunch from Xenon called, like, I'm worried about Shushay. It's hilarious. He's like, I hope he brought his lunch. It's like, I'm worried about Shushay. I hope he brought his lunchbox today. I'm worried about Shushay. He looks cold. I should warm him. Like, it's just, it's slightly creepy, but it's pretty good. I'm a fan. And there's always the Team 01, so that's always good. But we are in on this. People are picking actually their main champions for the most part.
Yeah,
so I
was seeing that.
We're gonna get the lineup. So for the female team, apparently my side, I'm gonna root for you guys or gals. Sorry, I gotta get that one right. The generic term. Neandali playing Nidalee, Femata playing Katarina, Sona by Nomcat, Rainbows, Aurelia by L. Sullivan, and H. Watson on Ashe.
That's a first. All right, as the gentleman's team, Ezreal played by Ezreal. We got Gragas is going to be played by, I believe that is Alan, and Tarek moving down the line. We have an Andrew. I hope that is because your names both start with A. Kismet on Brand, and we also have Renekton on Mark. So we're going to have to see.
Renekton on Mark.
Mark on Renekton.
Nice.
Well, Renekton is sitting in the chair. Mark will be on the map, summoned by the summoners.
Nice.
The champion Mark is actually quite powerful. As a producer role, he can use his admin mod.
Ooh,
yeah.
That sounds empowered, overpowered.
Slapped off a capture point.
Wow, that seems empowered. Okay, anyway, moving on. Not like, anyway. So, anyway, blue team, yes. So, female team, I'm going to root for you guys. I'm going to be just unabashedly biased here. So, FYI, I'm just preparing you for it. There's going to be some chance, and I'm going to get the crowd into it, and, yeah.